Calls are pouring back into GameStop. Millions of dollars worth of calls are being purchased today, and millions of dollars worth of puts are being sold off. On top of that, AMC saw a massive order imbalance of 112,752 shares on the buy side, so they could not match sellers. Jumping into GameStop's chart, we broke above $26. We're trading at $26.14, up 2.23% on the day. We have been making higher highs and higher lows since July 1st on GameStop. We broke above this resistance level that you see right here that GameStop has tested multiple times at $25.50. We want to see a strong hold above this and GameStop continue to climb with volume follow through. You can see right here GameStop got rejected around $26.70 two times. Between $26 and $27 is a decent zone of resistance on GameStop, but once we break over and close above, expect that $29 to $34 range to be hit. Overall, according to the cycles, everything is playing out to a T. I wanted to jump into a closer time frame, the 45-minute time frame, and kind of show you what we're looking at on a day-to-day basis. Not only are people positioning back into calls on GameStop, we saw a very similar position Roaring Kitty originally took with GameStop as well as Chewy calls, and I'm also going to explain the calls that I just entered on one of these plays. Jumping into AMC's chart, if you haven't yet, make sure to like the video. We're trading at $5.26, up 0.77% on the day. Have been making higher highs and higher lows since June 25th on AMC. Now you're trading in this little wedge right here, waiting for a break one way or the other. If we break under $5.15, AMC is likely to get a retrace down to around $4.60. So watch that level at $5.15. If AMC breaks $5.75, watch the zone between $5.95 and $6.30. Either way, you have a very small amount of trading days left before AMC has a parabolic move, in my opinion. And according to the bars patterns, according to the cycles that we've been tracking with AMC as well as GameStop, things are looking bright. And at this moment, if Roaring Kitty so much as blinks on Twitter or potentially drops a meme or goes live on YouTube or posts his position, these things could break out at any moment. I also want to note, touching to that point, a lot of people start to leave and take their eyes off of these stocks when they start to see this sideways trading. People get bored and they start to leave, and that's exactly when it's unexpected, that they're going to go straight up, and I just want to let you know that. We've talked about it before. Now, a deleted Reddit post predicted a spike in GameStop on July 17th. The 15th and the 17th are the T+13 and T+35 settlement dates. And then after that, you're going to see it between August 7th and August 9th, I believe, another potential move. Overall, GameStop is right around that range, meaning next week we would see straight moves higher if retail is actually on to something. Now, Chewy trading at $26.52. I entered calls on Chewy. May have entered calls a little bit too early. I want to see more volume pick up. However, since we got a candle close above this fib level at $25.25, I think Chewy has an okay shot at coming back up to around $31. Therefore, I am sitting in my Chewy calls. However, I won't be afraid to exit them if we break under $25 on Chewy. Overall, just keeping a side eye on it. There may be some potential here, especially if Roaring Kitty comes out and states something. Costs got another bounce today, up 6%, holding this median zone on costs. Pretty good to see. Retail is buying it up between $8 and $10, and we're just going to see where this thing goes. There's a major gap fill all the way down to around $4.70, but I think you could potentially see one last move on costs, even if it's a small one. China is still cracking down on short sellers. China says that existing contracts must lapse by the end of September and that relending is suspended for brief sales. Meanwhile, stock exchanges will raise the minimum margin requirement ratio to 100% from 80% for short selling. Basically, China's Security Regulatory Commission suspended all securities lending. And starting July 22nd, the margin ratio for short selling is going to increase by 20%. Speaking of China, Chinese banks are vanishing. 40 Chinese banks vanished during a single week in June. What do you guys think about this? Drop your tinfoil hat theories in the comments down below. Is CBDC coming? Does this have to do with a partnership with BRICS, so on and so forth? Finally, since we are touching on banks, institutions, 1.64 trillion asset manager Goldman Sachs to launch 3 tokenization projects this year. That can never be good. Jumping into the SPY, CPI better than expected. SPY trading at 562.33. Up percent on the day, coming back up to test the top of this channel. Watch for another rejection on the SPY anywhere it's trading at right now, between 562.50 and 563.50. We have yet to break out of this top parallel ascending resistance level, and if we do break out of it, it's going to be very dangerous for the SPY. This is already super strong momentum as it is, and if we break out of this, you're going to see the SPY almost going straight up, which is going to make the quote-unquote bubble that we're in actually look like a bubble and make it look much worse. Tesla 249.35 up 3.45% on the day. Got a nasty flush down yesterday, all the way up from 271.50 down to 240. So a $30 drop on Tesla on extreme volume. We got a large volume increase, but it got bought back up today. I'd like to see Tesla one of these days close above 254 for another move higher coming into earnings. Also, Tesla just came right down and based off of the macro descending resistance level. This could just be simple confirmation. Tesla is giving us that says, hey, we're entering a new trading range. Anything below this is super undervalued, and this is where Tesla is going to go from here. Lastly, Nvidia CEO has sold 240,000 Nvidia shares totaling 31.9 million. Nvidia director has sold 785,000 shares totaling $104 million. Insiders are letting go of Nvidia, and if we see some sort of catastrophic event, this is what I see happening with Nvidia. A nice fall down to $90, come back up, retest that $117 to $126 range, and flush all the way back down to around 60, then 80, then 40 for a bottom on Nvidia. Lastly, AT&T says criminals stole phone records of nearly all customers in new data breach. Does this mean jumping puts on AT&T? And also comment down below if you have AT&T. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Make sure to like the video if you haven't already. It helps me out. It gets the video out to more apes like you guys. Subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on. Check the links in the description. The top 3 are the most important. The third link is Discord. It's a coffee a month. You can come talk with me on the daily and the most amazing people, stocks and crypto all day long. It's basically a big group chat with people who are trying to become financially free like yourselves. We have options trading alerts in there, and I post my trades as soon as I take them as well, and more. All that good stuff for a coffee a month. Definitely the best Discord for the value. The second link under the video is for Moomoo. It's a free broker. If you open an account through my link and make a deposit into there, you're going to earn up to 15 free stocks, 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. They're also going to give you level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader. Again, second link for Moomoo. Open an account and make a deposit. That is it, guys. I love you all. Lottery Socks out.